G'day Australia, this is Mike Holt, the bloody Aussie battler.
Well, g'day, welcome back again, Peter. Good to see you. As you know, yesterday I put up a petition which will go out to all of our senators. Peter, this is the Common Law website. So I've done a little bit of work on this since yesterday, and I realised that asking people to set up an account, which you could do over here on the website, and I still recommend people do it because you do get access to a lot more of the website. But it was a bit of a nuisance and some people just didn't want to bother. So now if you run your mouse over courts, then we've got petitions and letters, and we're going to have a whole bunch of these things on the website, but we've only got one at the moment. And this is the petition to the Senate asking them to invite the High Court to come along and show cause why they shouldn't be sacked. I don't think we need to read the whole thing out, but what are we trying to achieve with this, Peter?
They're trying to restore the rule of law to Australia that's been taken over by the Roman Catholic Church with the Unidroit Treaty and Uniform Civil Procedure Rules, and the High Court have power to knock it on the head and have not done so. And they also have power to declare the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights as in force in Australia, even if the state can no longer continue to operate under its provisions.
Right. So first of all, the UCC and Unidroit. Would you like to explain that in more detail?
Yes, there's a saying in English common law that the Pope never sleeps. Now, because Australia has an awful lot of Roman Catholic people came here at Federation after World War II, an awful lot of Irish came out here. The Irish were almost universally Roman Catholic. And because of that, the Roman Catholic Church has exerted an extraordinary influence on Australian politics.
Yeah.
And by so doing, they've actually destroyed the English common law and installed through the Unidroit Treaty the influence of the Roman Catholic Church and the infallibility of the Pope. Now, every judge and magistrate in Australia thinks he's the Pope and is infallible, unfortunately, when they're not. And feed very much of play, and they're actually imposing a state religion on us, contrary to Section 116 Constitution.
Yes, and they're very dictatorial. They seem to think that they have the jurisdiction and the power and the authority. In fact, it's we the people who appoint these people, who pay them. They are our public servants. They have no right to tell us what to do. We tell them what to do. So this petition to the senators will put them on notice that we the people expect them to do their job in Parliament and summon the whole High Court, that includes all the judges, registrars, and even the staff, to show cause why they should not all be sacked and replaced. Is that correct?
That's exactly what we're looking for. Look, I call them possum because a possum hasn't got a very big brain. And if they had a big brain, they would understand that what they're doing is actually treason. It's treason. It's denying us our access to our sovereign. And that is one of the fundamental rights and privileges of living in a democracy. They've allowed Rome to dictate to them rules of court that actually are rules of injustice and impose all sorts of procedures that basically concentrate power in a tyrant that owes allegiance to the Holy See and the Pope in Rome, and not to the sovereign and king who governs over us and should deliver law and justice in mercy in all his judgment. He does none of that at the moment.
All right. Look, I'd like to share the screen now, and I'll show everybody how this all works. So this is back here to the commonlaw.earth website, courts, petitions and letters, and here we are here. So this is the actual petition. I ask everybody to read this very carefully first. And as you can see here, we're asking the Senate to summons the entire High Court bench and Chief Executive and Principal Registrar to show cause before the Senate under Section 72(2) Constitution, why they should not be dismissed and all subordinate staff terminated and their pensions forfeited to the Crown, that's we the people, as the result of criminal misconduct on formulating the High Court Rules 2004 with intent to defraud the courts, judges and people of the Commonwealth by making the High Court a closed shop, unavailable to all equally, by rules of court, and allowing all insubordinate courts with judges to run riot. And of course, since we've been so badly harmed, we are also able to be compensated. Anyway, read the information here. And then if you come down here, this notice in red is very important. Please do not spam. That means only fill in the form here once. Okay. Now I'm going to do it. And so I'll say here, Holst, and my address, my email, postcode 458, and submit. And it's that simple. But as you can see there, we have a little trap for anybody who wants to cheat. You can't do it. So you can't double vote. Anyway, if I had sent this off to the senators, it would have gone to every senator in Parliament. And we want to flood their inboxes with this message because that's the only way we can seem to get their attention. Peter, you wrote the text of that, and I had a look at it and did a little bit of editing on the punctuation, but everything else is perfect. So now that's out there on the website, and we're asking as many Australians as possible to sign this. And once you sign it, the senators in the Parliament will all be told, this is the will of the people. You have to do it. Okay. Thank you very much, mate.
Well, Merry Christmas, Australia, because it's going to be a great year.
I think so too, even though I've still got the sort of Damocles hanging over my head with this court case in Melbourne. But I'm hoping that the judge will come to her senses and realise there's been no crime. There's no victim. Let me go. Stop this nonsense. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on, Peter. Thank you.
Our Commonwealth of Australia is founded on the work of visionaries who crafted the very essence of our government, legal and social framework, the rights our founding fathers worked so diligently to protect. This easy reference contains the Constitution, Magna Carta, English Bill of Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and Queen Victoria's Letters Patent. All essential when you need the knowledge to defend your rights and live as a free, independent man or woman. Make knowledge your superpower. Get your copy of Common Law Easy Reference for just $50, including postage. Available at commonlaw.earth.